Namaste, viewers. It's Monday morning, March 17, 2025, and I'm your host, Sunil Thakker of Sunny Talks Money. Welcome to ST Money 7 a.m. early morning news, where we provide you the latest, concise, and precise stock market wrap with accurate figures and numbers. Benchmark equity indices ended on a tepid note as investors refrained from taking fresh positions ahead of the long weekend. Both the NSE and BSE were closed for trading on Friday on account of Holi festival. Given the present global mood with a high uncertainty around Donald Trump's tariff policies, investors preferred staying on the sidelines. Persistent global uncertainties outweigh the optimism emerging from the soft inflation prints both of India and the US. The benchmarks had opened the session in the positive territory, buoyed by upbeat global cues after inflation in the US came in milder than expected, sparking hopes of providing the Federal Reserve with more room to cut rates. Domestically, too, the February inflation print slipped below the Reserve Bank of India's 4% target, coming in at 7-month low of 3.61%, also lower than the Reuters estimate of 3.98%. However, the indices ended lower in a volatile session, closing the week nearly a 1% lower, despite positive cues from industrial production and retail inflation data. Indices had opened higher, but mid-session profit booking erased gains, sending key indices to end near the low of the day. The basis Sensex had spurted to a high of 74,401 in the opening deals, but soon pared gains. Persistent selling pressure in auto, IT, and select banking shares saw the BSE benchmark slip into red and finally ended with a loss of 201 points or 0.27% at 73,829. In the process, the BSE benchmark ended the week with a loss of 504 points. The NSE Nifty 50 index, from a high of 22,558, eventually settled 73 points lower at 22,397. The Nifty shed 156 points in this holiday shortened week. Automobile and information technology stocks were hit hard, especially weighing down on the Nifty and the Sensex. Sectorally, 12 out of the 13 major sectoral indices ended the session in a sea of red. The Nifty Media and Nifty Realty indices were the worst hit. The Nifty IT index also continued its fall, dropping another percent. The Nifty IT index has entered bear market territory, tumbling over 21% from its peak. In the previous session alone, the index slid nearly 3%, deepening its sharp decline. Major IT players, including Wipro, TCS, Infosys, HCL Tech, and Tech Mahindra, all traded lower. PSU Bank Index was the lone sectoral gainer, up 0.5%. The mid-cap space also remained under pressure, with the key index sinking 0.8%. However, selling were more intense in the small caps segment as the benchmark index slipped over 1%. Names like Sriram Finance, Bajaj Auto, Tata Motors, Hero MotoCorp, IndusInd Bank, Hindalco Industries were among the major losers on the Nifty, while gainers included Bharat Electronics, SBI, ICICI Bank, Cipla, and NTPC. Shares of Adani Green Energy closed over 2% higher after Macquarie initiated coverage on the stock with an outperform call and a price target of rupees 1,200. This indicates a 40% potential upside from Wednesday's closing figures. Adani Green Energy continues to be India's leading energy transition with a targeted 50 gigawatts capacity built up by financial year 2030. Current capacity is at 12 gigawatts. Therefore, Macquarie, in its notes, expressed its forecast of Adani Green's EBITDA rising at 25% CAGR over the next 5 years on a more conservative pathway. Shares of Mahanagar Telephone Nigam MTNL rallied over 12% after government said in the parliament that the company had earned rupees 2,134 crores from monetization of land and building assets up to January 2025. Stocks to watch today: IndusInd Bank, Brigade, Maharashtra Seamless, GR Infra Projects, Shilpa Medicare, Alchem Lab, KC International, Quality Power, Electric Equipments, Dr. Reddy's Laboratory, Tata Motors, Voltas, Tejas Network, KPIT Technologies, Galaxy Surfactants, NTC Industries, 3M India, International Conveners, K-Solves India, Zydus Life Science, and SpiceJet will be in focus on March 17. What now for today? Nifty has been forming a symmetrical triangle pattern on the hourly chart, which is a continuation pattern. For the past 3 days, Nifty has largely remained within the range of 22,350, 22,550. A decisive move above 22,550 could trigger a meaningful rally in the short term. Conversely, a decisive fall below 22,350 could weaken sentiment in the short term. Traders should maintain a stock specific approach while managing position sizes carefully. In the US on Friday, US stocks rebounded as no new tariff talk were pursued and investors bought stocks that had dipped hugely during the week. The Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 674 points to 41,488. The S&P 500 advanced 117 points or 2% to 5,638, and the Nasdaq Composite gained 451 points or 2.61% to 17,754. Despite Friday's advance, the S&P 500 still saw a fourth straight week of losses, the longest such streak since August last year. Brent crude is $70.58 a barrel. Gold is rupees 88,340 per 10 grams, and silver has crossed the 1 lakh rupees at 1 lakh rupees 940 per kilogram. That's it for today, my dear viewers. I'll see you again tomorrow morning. If you're enjoying our content, please do subscribe, like, and share this video as much as possible. In the meantime, happy investing, stay inspired, and remember, it's all about money.